Welcome to the It Factor, where Jemmy and I exploring a new blog post by Mr. Len Kaplan, CEO of CDML, a managed service provider in Queens, NY, offering network management, voice over IP, UCaaS, cybersecurity compliance, infrastructure as a service, cloud solutions, and Microsoft 365 and Azure solutions. If you're a small business owner or manage IT for a growing organization, this deep dive is absolutely for you.
Yeah, and it's good to know what those services are. Voice over IP is just your phone service running over the internet.
Right.
And UCAS, or UCaaS, that's Unified Communications as a Service, basically pulls together all your tools, chat, video calls, voice into one thing. And Infrastructure as a Service, IaaS, that's your cloud computing backbone.
Okay, perfect. Because, when you rely on all that digital infrastructure, you got to be ready for, for the fact that it's constantly under attack.
Exactly.
So our mission today is to unpack this specific source. Microsoft issues triple cybersecurity warning, Payroll Pirates, Certificate Abuse, and identity hacks.
Yeah.
It's pretty urgent stuff.
It really is. And the common thread Mr. Kaplan points out in the post is this idea of the erosion of trust.
Erosion of trust. Okay.
Yeah, it's key. Attackers aren't just, finding bugs anymore. They're actively working to make bad stuff look completely legitimate.
So they're targeting our confidence in our software, our procedures,
You see,
even our own people.
precisely. They're exploiting the trust we have to place in these systems to get work done.
All right, let's dive into that first warning then, the one they call Payroll Pirates.
Yeah.
Sounds direct.
It is, and this one hits right where it hurts the bank account. It's not about stealing data for later, it's immediate financial theft.
Okay, so how are they pulling this off? Is it super technical?
Actually, no, not in the way you might think. The group, Storm 2657, they rely heavily on social engineering, good old-fashioned trickery.
So phishing emails.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Really convincing phishing emails. They trick employees into giving up not just their passwords, but also their multi-factor authentication codes. The little codes from an app or text.
The MFA codes. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so once they have those,
They have the keys to the kingdom, essentially. They log into the company's HR software as a service platform, like Workday or similar systems where payroll is managed.
and then they just change the bank detail.
Bingo.
Hmm.
They change the employee's direct deposit information, swap the real bank account number for one they control.
But wait, wouldn't someone notice? Like, wouldn't the employee or HR get an email alert saying, hey, your bank details were changed?
See, that's the really insidious part. Before they log out, the attackers set up mailbox rules in the employee's email account.
Mailbox rules.
Yeah, automated rules. Like, if an email comes from hrpayrollsystem.com with the subject, bank details changed, immediately delete it or move it to the archive.
Oh, that's nasty. So the warning email just vanishes.
Vanishes. The employee never sees it. HR probably assumes the employee made the change themselves. The first time anyone knows something's wrong is payday, when the money just isn't there.
That is, wow. So for a small business owner listening, the scary thing is this completely bypasses your firewall, your antivirus, because the attacker is using real, valid login credentials.
Exactly right. It looks like a totally legitimate action performed by a trusted employee. So the usual perimeter defenses, they don't even see it.
So what can you actually do about that? It feels kind of unstoppable if they have the real login.
It's tough, but not unstoppable. The post lays out some key steps. First, and this is critical, move away from simple MFA like SMS texts. You need phishing-resistant MFA.
Like those physical security keys.
Yeah.
Or the better authenticator apps.
Yes, exactly. Things that can't be easily phished. Second, implement dual approval within the HR or payroll system itself for any changes to banking information. One person requests, another person has to approve it.
A second set of eyes. Makes sense.
And third, you need to be proactive about hunting for those malicious mailbox rules. Have IT regularly check for rules that auto-delete or forward emails, especially anything coming from HR or finance systems.
Okay, that's solid advice. So if payroll pirates exploit trust in people's identity, the second warning seems to attack trust in the software itself, right? Certificate abuse and fake software.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. This one involves ransomware gangs, specifically a group called Vanilla Tempest. They also go by Vice Society.
And what are they doing?
They were spreading Rosetta ransomware, which is nasty stuff. But the way they spread it is the focus here. They used code signing certificates.
Okay, remind us, a code signing certificate is like a digital guarantee that the software is from who it says it's from and hasn't been tampered with.
Exactly. It's meant to build trust. but this group got their hands on over 200 certificates, some stolen, some possibly abused through legitimate services, including, worryingly, Azure's trusted signing service.
Microsoft's own service. Ouch.
Yeah. And they used these certificates to digitally sign their malware. They even set up fake download websites, like one pretending to be the official Microsoft Teams download page.
So you download what looks like Teams, your computer checks the signature, sees it signed by a trusted certificate.
And lets it run. Your security software might even wave it through because, hey, it's digitally signed, looks legit. But then, boom, receipt of ransomware starts encrypting everything.
That completely undermines the whole point of digital signatures, doesn't it? If you can't trust the signature, what can you trust?
It's a huge problem. It means you can't just rely on signatures anymore. So mitigation has to change. First rule, super strict policy. Only download software directly from the official vendor website. No exceptions. Don't trust search results or random links.
Got it. Official sources only. What else?
You need better tools. Specifically, EDR, endpoint detection and response.
EDR. Okay, what's that in simple terms for a small business?
Right. So traditional antivirus mostly looks for known bad files, like matching fingerprints on a blacklist. EDR is smarter. It watches what software does after it starts running its behavior.
Oh, okay.
So even if a file has a seemingly valid signature, if it suddenly starts trying to encrypt all your documents or mess with system files, the EDR sees that suspicious behavior and flags it or stops it. It's looking beyond just the signature.
So it's behavior-based, not just identity-based.
Exactly. And the Post also recommends keeping an inventory of your own digital certificates and monitoring how they're being used.
Okay, vital stuff. Which brings us to the third warning, which feels like it underpins the other two. The huge surge in identity hacks.
Yeah, this is really foundational. Microsoft's latest digital defense report, the 2025 one mentioned in the Post, found identity attacks jumped 32%. That's a massive increase.
32%. And what was the main way they were getting in?
Get this. Over 97% involved abusing passwords in some way.
97%. So it's still the basics.
Overwhelmingly. The top methods are still the simplest. Credential stuffing, trying passwords stolen from other website breaches, and just plain old password reuse by employees.
People using the same password everywhere.
Still a massive problem.
Yeah.
They also highlighted a rise in infostealer malware stuff that steals saved passwords right out of your web browser, and also attackers tricking IT help desks into resetting passwords for them.
So for the small business owner listening, this sounds like it comes back to really drilling down on cyber hygiene basics, but maybe being more strict about it.
That's exactly it. You absolutely have to enforce strong, unique password policies. Ban password reuse completely. Use a password manager.
And what about those older systems?
Crucial point. Disable legacy authentication methods. Things like POP, IMP for email, basic auth. They're just much easier for attackers to brute force or exploit compared to modern methods.
Okay. And this all sort of fits under that umbrella of zero trust, right?
Perfectly. Zero trust isn't one specific tool, it's a principle. Never trust, always verify. Don't automatically trust a user or device just because they're inside your network or logged in once today.
Verify, verify, verify.
Especially when accessing sensitive stuff like HR data or financial systems. Every single time.
So if we zoom out and look at Mr. Kaplan's article again, Microsoft issues triple cybersecurity warning. These three things, payroll pirates, certificate abuse, identity hacks, they really hit different layers of trust, don't they?
They absolutely do. You've got the attack on user identity trust with the phishing, then the attack on software trust with the fake certificates, and finally, the attack on fundamental business process trust with the payroll tampering.
It's like a multi-pronged attack on confidence itself.
Which is why, as the Post emphasizes, you need proactive security. You can't just wait for something bad to happen. You need the right policies, the right tools, and crucially, a plan for what to do before you get hit.
And the Post mentions specific solutions.
Yeah, things like using the security features built into Microsoft 365 Business Premium, like Defender, using enterprise-grade password managers, LastPass Enterprise is mentioned, and ongoing security awareness training for employees. That last one is absolutely non-negotiable today.
So wrapping this up, maybe the biggest takeaway here is that attackers are getting incredibly good at making bad things look legitimate. They're hacking our trust.
That's it. The most dangerous threat might not be the obvious virus anymore. It might be that perfectly signed piece of software or that seemingly normal login to your HR portal.
So as a business owner, you almost need to operate with what? Intelligent suspicion. Assume something could be wrong until you verify it's right.
I think that's a great way to put it. Intelligent suspicion. Don't just detect the obviously bad. Learn to carefully scrutinize even the seemingly good. Verify everything.
Powerful advice. If you found this deep dive useful, please do click that thumbs up button. It really helps others find the show. Till next time.